his dad to be on the plan and my mom to be on the plan.
Just please, I'm sorry. I just want to just guide you.
No. I want to listen to what she's saying because she's changing her story to me.
This one is serious. Continuous family violence, a plea deal on the table, and the state pushing prison time. Her mother begs for probation, but the judge is focused on safety plans, drugs, and accountability. Watch how fast this turns.
All 2023 CR 2077, State of Texas versus Annabelle Bishop. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ruben Herrera for the state.
Defense.
Thomas Siller for the defendant.
Are you Annabelle Bishop?
Yes, ma'am.
You entered a plea on May 1st. According to the plea bargain agreement, and it's a continuous violence case, the state is silent on your application, but they're asking that punishment be assessed at 5 years in the prison. Have parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor. I just have one witness, Your Honor.
All right.
Ready from the state.
Thank you. You may call your witness. All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear and I can hear. All right, can you state your name for the record?
Anna Bishop.
All right. Defense?
Please state your the relationship to Ms.
I'm
Sure.
her mother.
At this point, you understand the charges against this court, pending at this court?
Yes, I
Do you know the dynamics of the ex-husband and his father?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And at this point, they are wanting her to go away for 5 years.
Of course they do.
It's this, can you please tell the court what are your wishes as to your daughter?
I don't think that she should go for 5 years.
Do you ask this court to grant her deferred adjudication?
I pleaded with this court to grant her.
At this point, the court prepared, or the court says there's no mental health issues. And what kind of needs do you think your daughter has if given probation today, substance abuse wise?
Yes, that she be placed in a program and
Outpatient, that is?
outpatient, please.
Is it, what kind of drugs is she using?
To my knowledge, and for CPS, it's weed.
And other than that, what other, does she need any kind of additional mental health services? Anything? What
I
else does
believe
she?
that she might, yes.
I know that nothing was identified officially, but what makes you think?
Nothing was identified because no one's taken the time to actually,
But what are your
counsel her.
concerns with her?
their.
All right, you all need to talk one at a time.
What are your concerns with your daughter?
My concerns are that she just needs the help that she needs. And she doesn't need to go to prison. I think that she would be able to do this out.
Is it your first felony, of course?
Yes, her first.
And
Yes.
who else lives in the household with you?
Just me.
You spend a lot of money and effort to get her on bond. How much money did you spend on that?
$2,500
Okay, and then she's back in jail. Why is that? Why is she back in jail?
because she missed her court date.
And other than that, she was always a good, well behaved.
Yes, and
And
she only missed her court date because she had a scratch in her eye. And she does have medical records for that.
Okay, and at this point, do you think she will be able to successfully comply with the education requirements, going to classes, making appointments, reporting, staying away from the alleged victim?
Yes.
Okay, and it says here that she has shown no remorse. She thinks it's all fun and games what she did to the ex-father-in-law. What do you think? Do you think she's remorseful?
Yes, I do, and they should be remorseful for what
I'm
they
saying
did to her.
she took responsibility for what she's charged with. She's not saying she's innocent, but she's remorseful, you're saying?
Yes. I am.
And she understands,
His remorse.
and she understands, and you understand, if the court wants to give her on her first felony the education, if she messes up, she'll get the full individual punishment and go to prison for much longer. She understands that, you understand that?
I understand.
Okay.
You would need to ask her.
But you have a high school diploma, she understands everything, she's competent, you believe?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at this point, again, I was trying to clarify with you, Does she need mental health evaluation, you think?
Yes,
If-
I do.
On what basis?
On the basis that I've been her mother for the last 25 years and I know my daughter, and she's changed a lot ever since she met her husband. And she's just mentally been abused by that family. That's what I'm basing it on.
What kind of service does she need? Counseling? Does she need evaluation? What does she need?
I would think that she would need counseling and psychiatric evaluation.
But all that can be done outpatient. You're asking for the court to kind of defer to release her today?
Yes, I am.
Thank you.
I'm pleading.
As a witness, thank you.
Any questions?
No questions. All
All right, I have some questions. So you're her mother?
Yes,
How many children does she have?
she has two.
All right. Why was CPS involved?
Because her father-in-law called CPS.
Okay. And the grandchildren were placed with the father-in-law, correct?
They were placed with the father-in-law and the non-biological grandmother.
Okay. So that's where the children were placed.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you aware of the facts of this case?
Not all the facts.
Are you aware that she gave him a black eye?
No.
Are you aware that she went over to the home? At the job site, it states, the victim said that his grandchildren were placed on a safety plan on Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023 by Child Protective Services due to physical abuse allegations. Do you know what that means?
Yes, we do.
All right. So what that means is that Child Protective Services didn't do a legal case, and her attorney will tell you this. They just did a safety plan. So the safety plan is designed to get the parents stabilized. So what they did was they placed the children with the father-in-law, and I'm sure they told her that these are the times that you can have your children as far as visitation. So what he says is around 9 a.m. today, the defendant, your daughter, came to his job site again, banging on the door. His coworker alerted him that she was here, and they called the police. The grandfather came through the gates and told her to leave. She began yelling, "Where are my effing kids?" He grabbed her phone and threw it so that she would leave the property. She then punched him in the face a couple of times and ran to get her phone. Shortly after, she returned on the property, threatening to damage the grandfather's truck and flatten his tires. She was looking for rocks, so he went to stop her. She came at him swinging with a closed fist. He grabbed her by the shirt and hip tossed her to the ground. He placed his hand on her back until she calmed down. That's what happened. And that was on the first occasion, because this is continuous. And it says that your daughter has a drug problem. Does your daughter have a drug problem?
Yes.
That's either yes or no. So what drugs are she using?
To my knowledge, marijuana.
So you think she's only using marijuana? And you think all of this, that Child Protective Services, which they don't even do anymore, I don't know why they don't do it, but Child Protective Services are not putting children in safety plans or removing them because parents are using marijuana. It has to be more than that. Do you understand?
They didn't tell me that.
Okay.
I actually.
All right. So as a parent, sometimes we let our love of our children blind us or look at things through rose-colored glasses. In order to help children, you need to take the rose-colored glasses off and see your child for who they are. Now, you may not like what you're seeing with your child. You may not like the relationships they're choosing. You may not like the fact that they're doing drugs, but you have to acknowledge that and quit glossing over the fact that she doesn't have custody of her kids. And I hate kids because it's baby goats, but I'm saying kids with the cuts. That's what's in the police report. But she doesn't have custody of her children. And the reason why she doesn't have custody of her children is because there's allegations of physical abuse, not physical abuse where her partner that she chose is hitting on her, but physical abuse to the children and drug use. That's why there was a safety plan, and that's why the children were placed with the grandfather. Now, why the children are not placed with you, I don't know. Maybe it's because you're not acknowledging the fact that your daughter has violence issues, that your daughter has drug issues. Maybe that's why the children didn't place them with, maybe that's why CPS didn't place the children with you. I don't know if you had a chance to put your name down for somebody to be interviewed.
Yes, I did, and I
Yeah.
don't mean to interrupt you, but they came to my house, and because I was working, she said that I was too busy. And I've been trying to get a hold of them. I've been trying to be part of the safety plan, and they've been pushing me away.
Well, I mean, if they are pushing you away, I do, honestly, I understand why. Because you think that your daughter needs to be on outpatient treatment, you think your daughter needs to be released, and you're not looking at the fact that the children are in the care of this grandfather
This grandfather.
because of allegations of physical abuse, and because she is living with somebody in a vehicle. Do you really think it's great for children to be living with parents living in a vehicle?
Your Honor, may I speak?
Yes, you may.
Okay, John Tovar and Jacob Tovar started Annabelle on drugs.
Mhm.
They gave her the drugs,
And how old was she when this started?
18,
All right. And how old was Tovar, her boyfriend?
19.
And where were you as a parent? Were you letting her be out and about? Was she still living with
She
you?
was married with her husband.
These are choices that people make. And what drugs were they using? Just marijuana?
My knowledge, like I said, I didn't.
All right. So you're saying he started her on marijuana. So according to you, the only drug that she's ever been using has been marijuana. Is that what you're telling the court?
To my knowledge of what I know, yes, and what she's told me.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Your Honor, with that, I have no further questions. And I pass.
Any
the witness
questions?
And I rest. No questions, Your Honor. Just argument.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in to give me an insight into your daughter. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Anyone else you want to call?
I rest. Just argument.
All right. The court will hear argument.
Respectfully, my client is remorseful. She does have a place. She has a family support system. She's denying mental health, but the mother thinks she may need some kind of evaluation. And as to substance abuse, I understand we do have some recommendations, big UAs for the first 90 days. But because it's really her first felony conduct, we're asking the court to defer finding of guilt and give her a chance to either show the court she needs help, she will benefit from help, she will seek help, and the court has lots of help available to her. And if not, she will hang herself. Thank you.
All right. Anything you wish to say to the court?
I do.
You want to raise your right hand?
Yes,
You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Annabelle Bishop.
All right. What do you wish to say?
I am very remorseful for what happened that day. And I don't feel like I should be,
What happened that day?
well, you had just explained it, but that wasn't the whole story because he did put his hands on me as well, numerous times. That's why I pressed charges back on him.
Why were you at the location?
To retrieve my kids.
All right,
Because
and
the original agreement was my kids were supposed to spend the night with him and I was supposed to pick them up that morning.
No.
That's why I was there.
So you're saying there was not a CPS safety plan in
Oh, yes,
place?
there is. Mhm.
All right.
And the plan that me and Jacob had came up with was for his dad to be on the plan and my mom to be on the plan.
I'm sorry. I just want to just guide you.
No. I want to listen to what she's saying because she's changing her story to me.
Well, may I have a
Mm-mm.
minute?
No,
Thank you.
she's on the witness stand. So go for it.
But anyways, I'm very remorseful for what happened that day.
No. Let's go back to the safety plan business.
Yes,
So you're saying there was an agreement with the safety plan for what?
just for my mom and his dad to be on the safety plan. That's it. That's all I was gonna say.
No, your mom just testified. You heard her testify that says she was not considered for the safety plan. So she was not on a safety plan. So your mom wasn't on there. So the only person who was on the safety plan was him. So why did you think that you were to go and pick up the children?
My kids,
Yes.
because I missed my kids and I just wanted to see my kids. That's the only reason. I love my children.
Did you realize that was a violation of the safety plan?
No, I didn't realize that.
All right, you want some questions?
Oh, you wanna just vaguely,
Sure.
you're not minimizing your involvement, no, you're still taking full responsibility.
Yes.
You're asking the court to not send you to TDC today. You want help for substance abuse and maybe mental health if identified.
Correct.
And you understand deferred, if you mess up, you get the full range of punishment.
Yes, I understand.
And this could be more than 5 years.
Yeah.
And you want to stay away from the complaining witness.
Yes,
From the families, and you're going to comply with all safety plan, court rules, anything.
Whatever it takes.
And your mother, who else lives in the household?
Just me and my mom. That's it.
And she asked to spend a lot of money to bond you out,
Yeah.
and you missed court again. Why? Because you were,
I had a corneal abrasion in my eye.
okay, and you provide documentation of that to the
Yes,
court.
sir.
Okay.
What drugs were you taking?
I've only ever done marijuana. That's it.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
Oh, you guys.
All right. Court is going to find you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Jacob Tovar and Juan Tovar. I see that there is a request for restitution, but in the PS report, the court does not have a restitution amount, so the court is not going to order restitution. It's not in the PSI report.
Please don't do this. Why are you doing this?
All right. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with did you understand it? Did you sign it?
I thought it was gonna be probation, so I don't know.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed the plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to your attorney. And the state has tendered a dismissal for the assault on a public servant. So that case is dismissed. All right, good luck to you.
Your Honor, one thing further, we do have victim impact.
I don't think you want to hear victim impact statement today.
Oh, he's not here.
Thank you.
He said he's not gonna show up.
All right, thank you. How are you doing?
Better.
Better?
I've been better.
All right, so I received a report where they're requesting early termination for you, potentially, or either to extend your case. So, you know what I always ask everybody, because you're here for a drug case. If you give a UA today, what are the results going to be?
I will be honest, I will still come out positive.
All right.
Last UA submitted, Your Honor, if I may, I apologize, for interrupting. It was on the 28th. And it was positive for marijuana.
All right, so this is where we are. You are not allowed to use marijuana while you're on probation. It's just, you can't do it. So you have a choice to make. What you're on probation for is a state jail felony. And let's see here, you're on deferred adjudication. So if you were revoked, you're looking at 2 years at the state jail facility, potentially. So the question for you is, do I want to potentially go to the state jail facility for 2 years over marijuana? Is marijuana that important to me?
No, it's not.
You're acting like it is. And so what I can tell you is, I received this supplemental report, and you know what 3 choices they gave me? They said, do you want to extend this case for 6 months? Or do you want to terminate this case, which means you're done with probation? If you would have came into this court negative, I probably would have agreed that you could be off probation, but you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You've taken the classes, but you're not internalizing anything. It appears that your go-to is, let me use marijuana. I had a good day. Let me use marijuana. I had a bad day. Let me use marijuana. I had friends in college, and you know what they would tell me? They would say, oh my gosh, the air is so crisp and cool. This reminds me of great days. I'm like, what great days? They're like sitting on the balcony at the apartment smoking marijuana. I never smoked marijuana, but they tell me that there are some good memories sometimes that people have associated with that. You are making bad memories by using marijuana. Mm-hmm. And you will continue to be extended, or maybe a motion to revoke is going to be filed on you for using marijuana. When you're on probation, you're not allowed to use marijuana. You're not allowed to drink alcohol. Those are the rules. Those are the rules of Texas. You go in any courtroom in Texas, and guess what? You can't use marijuana. You can't drink alcohol. Do you have children?
Mm-hmm.
How many?
2.
What are their ages?
11 and 12.
They know their mom uses marijuana. Because I guarantee you, your clothes smell like marijuana. If you've ever hugged your child, they're smelling marijuana. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want to have the mother who's smoking marijuana. And if you have a boyfriend in your life who thinks it's great for you to be smoking marijuana and you're smoking marijuana with him, you need to cut him loose. You know why? He doesn't care for you. Because if he cared for you, he would tell you, baby, you can't be smoking marijuana because you could potentially go to the state jail facility for 2 years. And Vashon will tell you, I've sent women to prison, women to the state jail facility, men to prison, men to the state jail facility. Because we can only do so much. And after that, we'll move on to the next case. Do you understand? So guess what's going to happen today?
Getting extended.
Yes, you are. And you know what comes with that? More reporting, more fees, all of that's going to pile up on you. And you know whose fault it is that you're getting extended?
Mine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time you think about smoking marijuana, you need to ask yourself, do I want my probation extended? Do I want to go to the state jail facility for up to 2 years? If your answer is yes, then you go ahead and you smoke your marijuana. And guess what's going to end up happening? Your children will not be with you potentially for 2 years. And in that 2 years' time, anything can happen, because I don't care what anybody says. Good mothers, nobody loves a child like their mother if it's a good mother. If it's a bad mother, then you can't say that. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Be a good mother to your children. All right, we're going to extend her, and I'm going to want her tested for levels. And if those levels do not start to drop, file a motion to revoke. And I will hear your case. Maybe you'll be brought over dressed in blue. Maybe you'll bond out, but I will hear your case if those levels go up. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So how often are you using marijuana? Is it every day?
No.
When?
When I do have bad days.
All right. And why are you having bad days?
Who doesn't?
Is it like life?
Yes, it's hard being a mother, a daughter, a sister, a girlfriend, a cosmetologist, a felon. It's a lot. I make sure everybody's good. Nobody makes sure I'm good. I try to talk to my PO. My PO tells me she doesn't get paid enough to hear it. Like,
oh, no. Let's not start with that, because let me just tell you something in this court. I do not allow people to speak badly of other people when they're not here. Okay. And I know that I've told you what I tell everybody else who comes in this courtroom. If you have an issue with probation and they're not addressing it, you can always come in, because we're always here Monday through Friday. And you can always come in and address it with Miss Abrams, or come in and address it with me. And if you feel like Miss Abrams is not hearing you, I will hear you. But I can tell you right now, she always hears people. Mm-hmm. So don't come in here saying probation is saying, I don't get paid enough for this. And honestly, they don't get paid enough. But probation officers from the 187th, they don't say that, because they know that my key thing in court is everybody needs to be kind to each other, even if you fake it. You better fake it with an Oscar-winning performance that you care and that you're kind, because everybody has bad days. So what are your issues? Why are you using? You say you have bad days, your boyfriend not listening to you. Well, if your boyfriend is not listening to you and he's a part of the problem, then you need to ask yourself, do I need this boyfriend in my life? Yeah. Because if they're not bringing anything positive to the equation, you know what that means? They don't love you. You're just a stop along the way. I know you're probably not listening to me,
No, I am.
but that means that there's certain people that you need to cut out of your life. And sometimes the worst people in your life is family. And sometimes you got to cut family out of your life. People always say, you don't choose your family, you choose your friends. Well, you're choosing bad people. So, and then if there are family members who are not any good to you, once you evaluate it without the cloud of marijuana, then maybe they need to be cut loose. There's no harm in cutting family loose. You send them a card at birthdays, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, and the holidays, and call it a day. So what else is going on? Is there some mental issue that we need to discuss? All right, you can't use marijuana. What are you suggesting?
Your Honor, we have listed the relapse prevention stay and quit program,
Okay.
and I think that would suffice.
All right, we're going to extend 6 months, amend conditions to the relapse prevention program, stay and quit program.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to want her tested for levels.
Yes, Your Honor.
And is there anybody she can talk to when she has issues? Me, if something comes up in my life, I can always pick up the phone and call my mom and say, this is what's going on. I have the support system. Do you have anybody that supports you and looks after you? Is that a no?
No.
All right. So is there any?
I'll talk to her.
All right. So she's going to find out if there's some support group you can get involved with. There are always support groups out there, even if it's you in a book club or something. There's always people you can talk to, because book club stuff sometimes spills over into life. And you probably need to get involved in a group. It could be a travel group. It could be a book club group. And at some point in time, you're going to meet somebody and they're going to be your friend. And that friendship will go outside the book club. And it may be somebody you can talk to with different issues. You understand? All right. So do not come back here testing positive for marijuana. I'm going to say this again. If you have an issue and you feel like your probation officer is not addressing it, you can always come to court. Except for Saturday and Sundays, because we're not here. All right. So we're here today on discovery. So where are we on that?
Yes, Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Goldstein about it.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
We have like another box, and it's something that I think we're gonna have to meet up and actually look over. Because I have 6 or 7 boxes right now.
There are literally thousands of letters that I think I have an obligation, due diligence to read. I'm about halfway through what we've got now. I think they have another box that they're going to give us.
So we're asking for another discovery compliance.
All right.
Setting, Your Honor.
All right. I will give you all another discovery compliance. I know this is an old case, but this case did not originate in the 187 District Court. So when this case was on the docket in 2019, it was not here. So this case only came here in 2023, and that's May of 2023. So I don't know what the other court was doing, but I'm trying to make sure, Mr. McIntyre, that your attorney has all the discovery, and both your attorney and the state have had a chance to review that. because whoever the prosecutors were on your case in the other court, this is a different prosecutor. So they have the boxes to go through. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So how much time are you all asking for?
I think
Ask for the moon and maybe you'll catch some stars. Is that the way it
February,
goes?
There.
by the way, I think the important places to look for important answers are the Bible and country and Western music. I'm better
Oh.
at country and Western music. How
Oh,
about
I love
February?
all music.
Me too, actually.
Country and Western music, though, sometimes it's so sad. There's a song where the guy is singing, and I love the song, but it's so sad. Where he's driving, he says, "That's my house, that's my dog, that's my
car."
wife, but that's not my truck."
I think you're talking about, I think you're talking about Ray Foods.
Yeah.
He does sound like
That's
a
true.
country Western.
So with regards to discovery, I will give you all 60 days. I normally don't do that. Is that enough time for everyone?
I will hope so, Your Honor.
We hope so.
That's speaking of country, no. I think that should be enough, Your Honor. But I'll be honest, this is a case I'm hoping we can work out.
All right.
There are a lot of moving parts that are beyond anyone's control in this courtroom that need to be resolved, but I do think we can work something out.
All
So
right.
that's fine.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, if I can have a 60-day reset for discovery.
And if it's, I think it's December 7th.
That puts us at December
It'll
7th.
be February, but December 7th will be fine.
Well, you know what? We'll see where we are in December.
Thank you.
Okay. Because I've discovered attorneys, and I include myself in that, we tend to procrastinate because you always have something, I say, on the stove that's on the front burner. Then when you have something else, you say, I'm going to put that in the freezer because I have this that's boiling on the stove. So, Mr. McIntyre, we're going to come back on December 7th to see where we are on discovery.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions about anything?
No, ma'am.
All right. Anything else that the court needs to cover?
Can I bore the man, not on behalf of the defense, may I bore the court with country and Western?
Most definitely.
My son got in a fight in junior high school, and the sheriff called me and asked me to come out and meet with them. And my son was upset about a girlfriend.
Mhm.
And that story about the Bible and country was something that the sheriff said, why don't you go home and talk to your son?
Mhm.
And my wife, of course, you give him some advice.
Mhm.
And he's 34 now.
Mhm.
And I said, there are only two places to look. And so I took him up to my room and I put on I think it's Garth Brooks song about he went to a high school football game and he saw his old girlfriend. Well, he was with his wife and he saw his old girlfriend. And he remembered dropping to his knees and praying to God that he could spend the rest of his life with his old girlfriend. And it was a live performance and the audience went into the refrain, thank God for unanswered prayers.
Oh, yeah. I love that song.
And me too. And I told my son, I said, look at your mama.
Mhm.
I ended up with a significant upgrade. If you just hang in there, life is gonna do you all
Oh,
right.
it's
Yeah,
good.
absolutely.
Yes, most definitely.
Thank you.
All right. And I'm glad you said junior high. Now people are talking about middle school. That's how old I am. It was junior high.
Well, I went to Twain, so we were in between. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Do you need to speak with him anymore?
No, we're gonna, John Hunter and I are gonna go visit with him. We've already talked about that here.
All right. Thank you.
Outcome: the judge extends probation 6 months, orders THC level testing, adds a relapse prevention program, and warns that rising levels can lead to a motion to revoke, meaning state jail exposure. The second matter gets a 60-day discovery reset due to massive evidence review. If you want more courtroom breakdowns, like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Excuse me, the lady. Excuse me. You come forward. Yes, come. No. Come forward. First of all, why are you in this court in shorts?
I'm sorry, I was just, I don't know, I've never really been in court.
All right, second of all, turn your phone over to the deputy. Do not close it. Deputy Laura, if you'll delete whatever photo she took, please.
This is just.
All right, who are you taking photos of?
Oh, I was just letting my daughter know my son was okay and that he.
No, my question is, who are you taking photos of? All right, so Deputy Laura, if you put her in cuffs, since you want to be next to her son and put her in the box.
I apologize, ma'am. I did
Oh, I
not,
appreciate your apology.
I didn't know.
All right,
Put your phone and stick your back.
and who is Rick in the box?
He's with Charles Monk.
All right. Well, I'm sure Charles Blunt will come back and take care of you, but for now, you're going to be in the box. Did you understand in count 2, you're charged with felon in possession of a firearm? That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge. Prior to that, I do have a letter that's been penned by my client's mother, Miss Dora Jimenez. She's joining us on Zoom, I believe, or not on Zoom, but she's watching on YouTube. She was not able to testify this morning as she had some childcare issues with her nieces that she was responsible for caring to today. I also have 14 attendance meetings for Narcotics Anonymous. As the court's aware, part of the allegations in the indictment do allege use of narcotics.
State, any objections? I'm sorry, any objections to the court reviewing the letters and the NA meeting submitted by defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. Court has reviewed the documents that you've submitted to court. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, just he is accepting responsibility. He is remorseful. He's made attempts to show he's part of the solution and not the problem here by acknowledging responsibility in this matter. We're asking the court to consider the facts of this case, the circumstances, his entire cooperation with law enforcement throughout that investigation, and to show some leniency considering those facts and circumstances.
All right, State, is there anything you wish to say with regards to sentencing?
The only thing that I wish to say is that while I do not doubt the sincerity of the author of the letter in support of Mr. Gomez, I am somewhat skeptical of its accuracy in terms of its judgment of his character. That's all, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. State, you may be excused. All right, is there anything you wish to say, sir?
Yes, ma'am, there is.
All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Nick Gomez, Jr.
All right, what do you wish to say?
Well, I just really wanted to say, this is the first time I had came home and started just doing what I had to do. I got me a job. It was my first time getting an actual real job. I'm an excavator operator. I would work underground utilities. It was the first time I ever did a income tax check. It was my first time not going back into the crime of what I used to do or things that I used to do. It was the first time I was trying to be a father, a good, productive citizen. They led up to this point. I've made a lot of wrong choices in my life, but these 2 choices I made, I felt they were good. It's just I feel like my past has caught up to me, and just how they said in my character, I get judged on my character a lot. You know?
All right, so I'm reading, I read the steps. I always read everything. And even though I know the count was waived, it's a part of your stipulations and there's meth involved.
Yes, ma'am.
So how are you getting your life back on track and doing the right thing when you have family to take care of and you have meth in your vehicle?
Yes, well, the gun and the meth, well, to that day, I had just got promoted at work. And in that promotion, while I was getting dressed, I moved my son's backpack. Well, those are 2
But I'm
items.
sorry, you moved what?
My son's backpack.
All right,
Those
so
are
you're
2
saying,
items I find inside. So as I take it, I'm thinking, all right, well, being a dad, I got to tend to this. I need to get this, but I also have a job promotion with all my foremans. So as I go, I pulled over to get sick. I had been working all that whole week. We're working that whole week, long hours. I pulled over, I went to sleep for a little bit, and that's when the call came in. I mean, I couldn't just stop what I was doing right then and then to tend to that right then and then. I had to do the job promotion.
All right. And so you're saying,
I'm not trying to place a blame
No,
on
no, no, no.
anybody
I
at all.
understand. So you're saying you just grabbed the backpack and put it in the vehicle?
No, once I found it, I just took it.
So did you take the backpack or no?
No.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right. The court is going to find you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 10 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. All right. We can go off the record. I want you to know that I strongly considered your mother's letter, but when you look at your criminal history, it's not good at all. You've been to prison 2 times before. So in actuality, your minimum really is 25. So for you to have received 10 years, you'll still have time to get your life together and get it back on track. But you're not allowed to have any weapons. You're a convicted felon. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Outcome. The court finds him guilty and sentences 10 years in prison, crediting time served, and notes his prior prison history heavily influenced the decision. The judge acknowledges the mother's letter, but the combination of weapons, meth allegations, and record outweighed mitigation. If you want more real courtroom breakdowns, like, share, comment, and subscribe.